Hello everyone. This is a course to learn the basics of Python. Today, we're going to learn about Python function. Let's start with the index of today's lecture. We will learn about output input function. In the first section, we will learn about output function. Print is one of output functions. To print the result, we can use the print function. When we use comma in print function, it outputs them with these white spaces. Like in this example, print 1, 2, 3 outputs 1 space 2 space 3. When one input function ends, it changes its shell to the next line by default. To avoid changing lines, we can use the end option. Like in this example, by default, first print function automatically changes its line to the next. To avoid this, we can set end option like this, and then its end is changed like this. Also, when we set end option to end like this, the result will be connected to end. You can set this end option whatever you want. In first example, \n means new line. It is same with default end option. In the second section, we will learn about input function. Python basically uses the input function to receive user input. Input function treats everything that is entered as a string. In the example, when we write code a equals input, we can input string by keyboard hello, and then the input string hello is stored in variable a. So you can print this like this. We can add message to the user using input function. If program outputs input the result string, we can input some string by keyboard. Then that string will be stored in a variable. The input function always returns the result to the string only. So, if you want to use this variable as number to calculate, you need to wrap this input function with int function or float function. In this example, input string is converted to int and that integer is stored in b. So, as you can see in here, the type of b is int. As you can see in variable c, you can convert string a, which is string, to integer using int function. As you can see in here, string a is converted to integer c. To input multiple values, we can use split function. Split is a function that cuts a string based on specific character and makes it a list. In the example, if we enter 1 space 2 space 3 space until to 10, variable a means string, which contains 1 space 2 space 3 space until to 10. Then, when we use split function, b becomes the list, which contains each element 1, 2, 3 until to 10, which is divided by specific character space as default. Lastly, let's practice with what we learned today. First practice is let's introduce ourselves in 3 lines using 3 print functions. The first line is your name, the second line is your age, And the last line is brief description of your personality. Since we print in 3 lines, we will use 3 print function. First line is about name, so let's write print name Sun-woo Kim with AND option with \n. We can set AND option to \n. Second is about age, so write print age 22 with AND option \n. Last is about brief description, so write your introduction. I will write I am positive and energetic. It is a result of completion. Second practice is making a simple calculator that can be added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided. You have to print the calculated value by receiving 2 numbers and mode by input. Mode 1 means addition, 2 means subtraction, 3 means multiplication, 4 means division. First variable is mode. Since we will calculate, variable must be integer, so we wrap input function with int function and write mode message. Enter the mode in input function. A is similar to mode. Wrap input function with int function and write message. Enter the first number in input. B is similar. Enter the second number. If mode is 1, print A plus B. Else if mode equals 2, print A minus B. Else if mode is 3, print A multiplied by B. Else if mode equals 4, print A divided by B. Else print wrong mode. I wrote code with if-else statement, but switch statement is also okay. It is a result of completion. This is the end of 5th class of Python. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions, please leave comments.